In just a few hours, another pre-trial hearing in the Freddie Gray case is set to begin. Among the issues, whether or not cell phone video of Gray's arrest will be allowed in court, and whether jurors will get to inspect the inside of the police van where he suffered his fatal injuries. The first trial for Officer William Porter is less than a week away. Here's Vic Carter with a look ahead.
In April, the death of a Baltimore man changes our city forever. Freddie Gray dies from injuries he suffers while in a police van. When the trial for the first of 6 officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray gets underway, the eyes of the world will be focused right here on this courthouse. But a number of questions remain unanswered, and it's evidence that will be presented here that will hopefully answer the mystery of what happened on April the 12th, 2015.
No one is above the law. We have probable cause to file criminal charges.
City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby announces charges against the 6 officers. The first to stand trial, Officer William Porter, charged with manslaughter and misconduct in office. One of the biggest mysteries remains what happened to Freddie Gray inside a police van just like this one. What caused his critical injuries that led to his death.
We know some things went tremendously wrong.
Law enforcement expert Dr. Tyrone Powers tells WJZ what he thinks will be revealed in court. Are we going to learn something we have not known up to this point?
I think what's going to shock some people is the position of the body in the paddy wagon. And it will say to us more clearly that some intervention should have been done earlier on because it was clear that he was in bad shape.
And Porter told police investigators Gray asked to go to the hospital. Attorney Adam Ruther tells WJZ that statement is key evidence in Porter's trial.
That testimony, that statement will come in against him, and the state will try to use that testimony as evidence that the officer acted with disregard for Mr. Gray's life.
Porter's fate will be in the hands of a jury, but the outcome of this first trial could have a deep, lasting impact on our city. How difficult is it going to be for both sides involved to proceed with the case, knowing that the outcome could affect emotions here in Baltimore?
Well, obviously, practically, it's going to weigh heavily on everybody's minds. Baltimore has seen a lot of high-profile cases, but it's been a very long time since a case has resulted in the public outcry and the disturbances that this case has.
Vic joins us now this morning, and Vic, what can we expect with the trial?
You know, I think this is going to be watched by the entire world. The eyes of the world are going to be focused on Baltimore when this trial happens. What happened as a result of the Freddie Gray's death, the riots, the arrests of the police officers, made news around the world, and so there's going to be a lot of attention focused on this. So this is going to be a very difficult trial to get underway. The attorneys that we talked with, the experts, seem to think that jury selection is not going to be very easy. You know, there are a lot of factors here. You know, people who are going to serve on the jury, there's a possibility they would be sequestered, be away from their families, and then there are different levels of sequestration too. They could be an entire sequestration where they're in a hotel every single night, or there could be a confinement to your home, not being able to go out and carry on your everyday activities. That's going to be a concern for people who are going to serve on a jury, and not to mention the fact that they're going to be concerned about whether people have had a negative reaction to police and interaction with police. So there's a lot of factors involved there, and this is going to be a very big trial for the city of Baltimore.
And as you've said, you know, all the eyes of the nation watching, what kind of impact is it going to have on the city?
It's a good question. I'm sure that the city is preparing for every possible contingency. People will be watching, and not only will they be watching to see the results of the trial, you also have the concern for the other officers that will follow. Those trials are going to be coming up, and so the participants in those trials are going to be watching very closely what happens in the first trial, because it very well may affect the way that they prosecute or defend their cases.
And we will, of course, be watching very closely.
Most definitely.
Vic, thank you so much for talking to us about it this morning.